Alright, hello fellow viewers and welcome back to yet another edition of Wild Wednesday, and just as the last couple of times, this time we're going to use my Sapphire save file, and these are the star shinies that I've collected here. All of them looking very good, but it's not enough. And the first one I would love to hunt would be a Shroomish, because I can get a Shroomish as a shiny. So let's head over to Petalburg Woods, where you can find a Shroomish. And I've already typed in the necessary parameters in order to get the Shroomish. So just go as an encounter type, you type grass, or you click on grass by the drop down menu, and well, I'm lucky because I can get a Shroomish. Hey there Ahmed, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? I saw that you managed to finish your grass only save file, or grass only playthrough. It's pretty cool. I've never done a challenge like this beyond the Generation 1 games, but maybe it's just me, but for some reason I think that is it just me, or are the Generation 1 games just really quick to just play through? And the other ones, well, not really. Maybe I'm biased, but I think that especially Gold and Silver, it just takes a long time to play through that. But I mean, enough yabbering, right? You want to see the shinies, and for shiny Shroomish, here we go. Okay, it doesn't make a sound, which is not good. I do need Eontimer to make it sound, or else I'll probably gonna miss it. I'm probably gonna have to close it down and open it up again. Good luck, thank you, darling. Yes, I have, and I'm also 3 days away from completing my exam. 2 more exams. Oh, so it's only 2 more exams. You can do this, Ahmed. I believe in you. And I wish you the best of luck, that the exam questions will be so that you... I mean, I don't know if you do this, but back when I was in school or even in university, some people did... where they just learned only several topics, not all of them, and they hope that the right topic... Okay, this is really weird. Eontimer without sound. But let's see, I just did it by visual cue now. No, you don't do any sound, that's not good. And this is not a shiny. But yeah, what some people that I knew did was... okay, different sound, but is that they learned only specific things, and they hoped that only those things would be on the test or the exam, but sometimes that can backfire really bad. Been sleeping for 2 hours every day, and I've been studying for like 13 hours studying and only 2 hours sleeping. Oh, can you do that? Are you okay? Hopefully you're not too tired. I mean, 13 hours studying, wow. Do keep in mind though, Ahmed, sleep is very important, and it also helps your brain to really strengthen the new connections that you made. So it is definitely a good idea to get some sleep while you have an exam period. And that's a not non-shiny. I mean, if it works out for you, I also knew people who did the same thing that you do, that they're studying for a long time and then they just barely sleep, or they barely slept. Let's use the past tense because, well, that's definitely in the past, but I mean, if you can do it, then you do you. But don't forget to also get some rest and some sleep. Your brain needs time to really imprint these new connections. They have to form, they have to be fortified and all that. Not tired, just want my exam to be over and I pass. Yeah, I definitely understand that, man. I just hated that feeling when you have an exam. Okay, that was not good. That was wrong. That was not. That was on my part though. Oh, for a second I thought that was a shiny. Hey there, human name. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? But yeah, I always hated the feeling having an exam in the future. That dread that comes along with it. Oh, it's just horrible. I'm not a fan of that. Especially me having had exam or test or whatever anxiety and failing even though I was really well prepared for the exam. That is really, that sucks if you have that. But I assume you don't have that, which is a godsend. But yeah, fingers crossed that that you pass all of them. Alright, let's see. Kind of felt like the timing was correct. But feeling and... no, let's see. It was just a feeling. Good, just started reading a book on the first Fairies trade union. Oh, interesting. So you're going to... a bit into Fairies history. When was the first Fairies trade union, if I might ask? Does that book has to mention that? Today I had a biology exam. I did great. Oh, that's great to read. Also did great in math exams. 2 in May. What? 2, I may kill someone if I fail, and I may kill someone if I pass out of my happiness. Okay, I hope that is hyperbolic, because don't do that. But I'm glad to read that your exams, that they went great. I mean, if you fail, can't you redo them again? To be fair, yeah, then you have to retake the whole year, I assume. No, I'm so glad that that period of my life is over. I still remember so many people telling me, oh, you're gonna miss high school when you're an adult. And I've been an adult for over a decade now, and no, I do not miss high school at all. If I have a dream where I am in high school again, I consider that to be a nightmare. I'm so glad I'm not there anymore. I see that it's a necessary step for your future. So I'm not saying don't go to school or anything like that. That doesn't help you at all, but yeah, I think these people who say that, they peaked in high school. And you don't want to peak in high school. And a normal Zigzagoon. In Iraq, if you fail 2 exams and you pass all the others, you get to take the test again in summer holiday. Ah, okay, that is very similar to what happens in Luxembourg. But if it's 3, then you don't take the exams again. Ah, okay, so they have a tolerance policy of 2. I see, I see. $1915, okay. Currently the book is doing a short overview of trade union history, then it goes to the industrialization of the Fairies and then to the trade union. Okay, that makes sense, that progression. First establish what it is and the history of that, and then become more concrete and then go into the fairies one. That's great that you're reading that. I wish more people would read. And with reading, I mean not scrolling through social media, doom scrolling and reading brain mush, but actually reading good things like certain books and other things. I was laughing like a psychopath after I did very well in my math test. I picture you laughing like a light Yagami at the end of Death Note. Remember in the last episode with his psycho laugh? I picture you with that, but it's a math exam. That's pretty funny. But glad to hear. Hopefully it continues like that. I don't know how many more years you have in high school, but I assume the system is very similar to the other countries' system. No, I don't want a Zigzagoon, I want a shiny Shroomish. Let's hope I won't suck as much as I did the last couple of streams. And yes, as you might have seen on my Discord, I will not be able to stream this weekend. I don't know about Friday. That really depends on how things go with on Thursday with the Voltorb. I think I'll be able to stream on Friday. If it is a short, successful stream, then I won't stream after that because Friday evening is when I want to return to my parents' house in order to help my mom. I know the party I'm in is making a party-sponsored history book on the party. We also have a book on the founder of the party. Ah, okay, at least you can do some research on that. And not like in Luxembourg where everything is kind of obfuscated. Or they just don't tell you anything. I really dislike these. Like, if anything in politics is non-transparent, that's really not, I'm not a fan of that. Negotiations behind closed doors. Yeah, not a fan of that. And if my vocal cords or my voice, if they're more fried than usual, that's because my my singing teacher, she really pushed me to my limits today in terms of volume. Today was a volume lesson. In Iraq, it's first 6 years in primary school? Yeah, okay, just like in Luxembourg and every EU country that I'm aware of. Then 3 years in middle school, then 3 in high school, then university in Iraq. You start at the age of 7 and you don't fail university at 19. Ah, okay, so if you go straight through, you can enter university at the age of 19. In Germany and some other countries, I saw, like, I had classmates in university who were 17. They were minors, but that's because they don't need a we don't have the middle school, high school thing in Luxembourg. It's just high school, and that is from year 7 to year 13. And yeah, we need the 13th year is obligatory, unfortunately. Let's say it like that, because our neighbors in Belgium, in France, and in Germany, they can opt to not do a 13th year, but then they are kind of restricted on what they can go to university for. No, that did not register. Let's do it again. Currently what I know is that the party was born out of the trade union movement. Yeah, it being socially democratic, I'm not surprised that it got born or made out of a trade union movement. That definitely checks out. But yeah, in some I knew people who went to university at 17, and in Luxembourg that's unfortunately not possible except if you go to certain private schools where they offer that option, and I think they should offer that to everyone. Just give people the choice. That's thinking of doing a new Pokemon challenge, but only dragon. Oh, okay. I'm allowed to use my starter until I get a dragon Pokemon. I mean, that is pretty hard to do, right? A dragon only run, but not as in it's hard because dragons are not good, which no, especially not in Generation 3. But usually, like, what is the first dragon type that you could get? You'd have to wait for a pretty long time. Or at least until you can fish a Horsea, but then you need to evolve it with a dragon scale. And I don't really remember when, as in how much do you need to progress in the game to get a dragon scale. If not, the other option is a trying to get a Flygon, and it's pre-evolution, but that is also you can only get that on Route 111, and that's not in the beginning of the game, so maybe trade some eggs over that will hatch into a dragon. Altaria, Flygon, Salamence, Rayquaza, and Kingdra. Yeah, there's not that many dragons at that point in the game. Definitely not. I mean, much better than in Generation 1, you only have one single evolutionary line. So that would be the Dragonite line. And that's it. That's all the dragons you get. And I mean, with Generation 2, they didn't really bring that much new dragons to the table. To be fair, Rayquaza, yeah, that's, well, in Generation 3, one of the best dragon you can get. And I mean, Latias and Latios are post-game. So you can't use them during the main game, which is a shame. Well, that's just the way it is. It's not like in Auras, where you get a Latias or a Latios very early into the game, or pretty early, let's say. Okay. I want my shiny Shroomish. It will apparently be a sassy one. Well, that's what all the pretty early star shinies are. But yeah, dragon only, I mean, kind of difficult to pull off in the aspect of there's not a lot of dragons. And you need to wait quite a bit or play through the game quite a bit to get to the point where you can use a dragon type. But I'm glad they added more and more dragons to the roster of possible Pokemon. So let's see. Shiny Illumise really looks good, doesn't she? No, that's not a shiny. Come on, don't suck today. Please don't, Yana. Shroomish is also a really nice Pokemon to have. It can learn False Swipe, and and it also learns Spore, which is the most reliable sleeping-induced move in the game. Still is, all these years later. But unfortunately, in Generation 3, you need to train your Shroomish until level 54, till it learns False Swipe. And you don't evolve it, or else it doesn't learn the move, Spore. Which is very annoying. I'm glad they fixed or changed that in the later generations. 54, that's just insane. I mean, I did it, I know what I'm talking about. The one shiny Breloom that you've seen in some of my videos, also called Champignon, I know, really bad pun. But yeah, I had to train that until level 54 for Spore. But you really want to use Spore instead of another sleeping move, because... Or Yawn. Yawn also works. But Yawn is more risky. If you have a Pokemon that can use Explosion or anything of the sorts, then... Well, you have one roll of RNG, and maybe, just maybe, the shiny that you're trying to get is going to use Explosion in exactly that turn. And unfortunately, due to Murphy's Law, it often is like just like that. You know, a long time ago when I was a kid, I watched an old anime called Digimon. Oh yeah, I also remember watching a bit of Digimon, not everything. I didn't like the season where they mixed or they fused with humans. That's when I stopped watching. But I do remember the anime being much better than the Pokemon anime in my book. Maybe a hot take. People say it's a Pokemon copy. Funny, I saw one thing that was 100% stolen from Pokemon. I died from laughing. You think, back when Mega Evolutions were new, everyone just kept saying that was stolen from Digimon. But all these Mon things series, yeah, it does use the concept, but I don't think Digimon really is a clone or a copy of Pokemon. They are definitely distinct from each other. Distinct enough. So I want to rewatch Digimon Fusion since I used to watch it back in 2013. So for Digimon that is a shiny Latias, I laughed so hard. There's a Digimon that is a shiny Latias? I assume it kind of looks like one. Okay, now I want to know what Digimon that is. Oh, and I watched one movie in theaters and that's it. My Digimon knowledge is pretty limited. What was the name again of that one Digimon that's not a Digimon, but it's the concept of Digivolution? Oh, now I forgot the name of that creature, but I really like that one. That was my favorite, but technically it's not a Digimon. 98%, just like a shiny Latias. Like a yellow or golden plain dragon? I assume that is what you mean. Oh, come on, I want a shiny. Not this. Do you know the name of the Digimon? More like golden? I'm trying to get my synapses to tell me the name of that non-Digimon Digimon, whatever it is, but it's not Kuribo, that's the little weak monster from Yu-Gi-Oh! That's something completely different. Yeah, another Mon series, if you maybe see it as a Mon series. Debatable, of course. What was that name again? It was a white creature that had extendable ears that also functioned as wings. It has a triangle on the on its forehead. Very Chow-like in terms of body structure, also very Celebi-like. But I can't think of that name right now. Why can't I? Geez, I'm really drawing a blank right now. I really can't remember that name, which is weird. Usually I do remember these kind of things. But then again, it's been a long time. But yeah, Amit, if you remember the name of that Digimon, I'll look it up. All I know is that it's not, apart from the... Kalumon, that's it. Yeah, Kalumon. Apparently Kalumon is not a Digimon. Even though it ends with the mon suffix. Maybe I'm also wrong, but again, I was always much more invested in Pokemon. Not the anime, but the games. So your knowledge on Digimon is probably much more diverse than mine. Well, I'm gonna go for a good sec. I'll be reading further in my book. Yeah, enjoy your book. That's a good read. I also assume it's in fairies. There we go, let's see. You wanna see a shiny? That's a Shroomish, but it's not a shiny. Shiny Shroomish is red or reddish. Still has the orange part, almost exactly as the original, but the dots and the basically everything that's green in the normal one is red in the shiny version. I see it's pretty quiet today. Or maybe my scheduling isn't the best. As I always said, if you think a certain other time would be better, then please do tell me that. I definitely take that into consideration. Let's see. What do I get? Do I get a shiny? No, I get a Shroomish, but not a shiny. I know I did get some on that 3000 something frame. And then hopefully after the after I get the more time to stream as well. Well, this week I did wanted to stream more during the weekend, but of course if only I can be there and the other siblings are not at home or can't attend. I do not want to leave my mom right now as she is alone in her home. It's better that someone is there for her. But it should resume as usual after the weekend. Hopefully the Voltorb thing will work tomorrow. And then I'm also going to return more to the shiny only challenge that I do on my second Ruby cartridge. Sparrowmon was the name of that Digimon that looks like Shiny Latias. I'm gonna look that up. Sparrowmon. Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay. That is pretty close. Very close, in fact. I don't know which one came out first, if Sparrowmon came out first or the Latis. But that does come quite close, you're right. Well, I mean, to be fair, what was the... No one's talking about it right now. There was so much hype around that Pokemon clone with AI-generated mons. Was it Pal World? And that was more derivative, in my opinion. Well, AI is just very derivative at this point. It cannot really have creativity like a human being can. We're not... I know tech bros are saying something else, but we're not at that stage yet. We haven't breached the singularity yet. That we are probably pretty far away from that. Because if we do breach the singularity, you're gonna notice, because it's gonna probably crash our economy if a AGI, so a artificial general intelligence, emerges. I think the stock market will crash, and it will just have a very large rippling effect throughout society. Whether that's good or bad, well, there's a lot of possible scenarios, and I hope the good one will happen, but hope and what will happen, you know, not the same thing. Well, this version of anime came out in 2010 and Latias came out in 2002. Ah, okay, so definitely inspired, let's say, inspired by Shiny Latias. I mean, it is a cool concept, a dragon jet thing that is alive. Can't really blame them for reusing that concept. And I don't think that it's problematic to be inspired by something to that degree. Because, I mean, there's nothing that is really 100% original out there, right? And it really doesn't matter what tropes you use, it's the execution that matters. Like, what do you do with those attributes? What do you do with... I don't know, you can have something very similar to, I don't know, Spider-Man. But if you go in a different direction, you can definitely do something else with the idea of or the concept of a spider-themed superhero. That's just at the top of my head what just came into my head right now. But you can do that for everything. So in this case, a plain dragon or plain being. Yeah, that even if it looks a lot like Latias or Latios or anything of the sorts, or maybe in the case of, for example, I don't know, someone maybe will write another novel or just a book about a wizarding boarding school, which people would probably go, oh no, that's stolen from Harry Potter. But I mean, she doesn't have the copyright on a magical boarding school concept. You don't have copyright on concepts, right? Thankfully so, because if then you'd have copyright campers. So what they already do with patents, where they just sit on patents and block development in that. Or, I mean, they will not block it if they get the money for that, which is... The fact that that's legal is another story for itself, but... yeah, I'm pretty glad that, or I am glad that we can't put copyright on concepts, because that's just ridiculous. We don't want to have every company out there acting like Disney when it comes to copyright. Trust me, you don't want that to happen at all. No, I want a shiny shroomish. Give me that. Let's say though, the anime is good. They also made me love one of the characters called Rimpen. Not sure which one that is. Had a very sad story. They made him a villain, then he got amazing redemption arc where he became good. Ah, that does ring a bell. Rimpen, is that his name? Or their name, I don't know. Ah, Reapmon, yeah, okay. I mean, I didn't see the redemption arc thing, but I just clicked on it on a fandom wiki and just asked me, are you a kid or an adult? But yeah, I've heard that he got a redemption arc. And apparently, just like you said, it was written really well. I was surprised how the writing sometimes is very adult, in the way that you have family feuds or family problems that feel like they're very realistically written. And in Pokemon, usually it doesn't go into depth with these themes. But then again, I was never into the Pokemon anime that much. I wasn't a fan of Ash, him doing stupid mistakes. Then again, okay, he's a kid, and I also did very stupid mistakes as a kid. Who doesn't, right? But also the early Pokemon anime seasons were out there. There's some weird things happening. Not to speak of the banned episodes. I kind of see why they are banned. One of them is because they had guns pointed at characters, which is not really something that should be too much in a kids show. And the other one is where James, so one of the Team Rocket members, has a inflatable, like he has inflatable breasts. Yeah, and that is just a thing that happens. That got never aired in the West. I think it only got aired in Japan. Again, I could be wrong. But it also has other creepy things, like some old geezer being all into Misty. But Misty is a minor, isn't she? So that's especially creepy. And not comedic like some people think. I mean, I don't see the comedy in that. That's just... no thanks. He's trying to become a light warrior, but he was never picked. And one day all the warriors get cursed out and let him fight each other. He got to kill his own people to save himself. Oh jeez, that's really dark. But I do remember Digimon being pretty dark sometimes. I even remember watching a episode, well that was the German dub, but he said the word ASS in German, and that was very strange hearing them swear, or I mean mildly cuss, I guess, in a kids show. But they just threw that out there, and it was, huh? Did he just really say what I think he said? And yeah, they did that. Just caught me by surprise. But then again, in what goes as kid-friendly in Germany, I mean, in the US, they would look at you like you're crazy. I do remember there being topless women in like some kind of ad. It wasn't, you know, SE-actualized, but was a ad about, I think it was Letta, if you even know what that is. It's not butter, but it's margarine that you put on bread. And was just the ad showed a woman skinny dipping, so that is swimming in a body of water naked. He was just floating there, and you could basically see almost everything. And that was just on German primetime kids TV. No one bat an eye, because that's just... The Germans are really different with that. They are not prude in that regard. But when I told a American that was on primetime children's TV and on a kids channel in Germany, they didn't want to believe me. But I mean, yeah, you could. That was an ad. Alright, let's see. Is this it? No, this is not it. And I've been hunting for approximately 40 minutes. Still no shiny. Need to step up my game. Felt ashamed, and then he joined the villain to find the one who put the curse, and he finds that it is that witch, and he stabbed him. Okay. Then he was about to die. The main character believed in him. Jeez. Yeah, Digimon really went all out on its with its villains, didn't it? I do remember it sometimes turning very dark. But it's been a long while. I think it was 2017 or something like that when I went to watch a Digimon movie. Not the Digimon movie, not the first one. So much that the light made him become a light warrior and transform into a cool character. So he basically... I know that in one season it was something with light and dark warriors, or was it viruses? I don't remember. I just remember there being two factions. But I can't unsee the Sparrowmon thing now. I mean, that is definitely true. That is a Digimon version of a shiny Latias. And I don't know if they have a gender. So much so that the light made him... Oh yeah, I already read that. For a second I thought it was a new comment. But no, sometimes it just jiggles. I don't know what that is about. I don't know if that's Chrome or anything. Hey there, James. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Glad to see you here. Hey, I'm here. What I've missed until now? Nothing. Didn't manage to get a shiny to pop up until now. But hopefully that will be changed soon. If I suddenly get away from keyword for an hour, it's because I've had to return a phone call. Yeah, you told me, and that's absolutely no problem. I'll see if I'll be able to stream on Friday evening. I think not. I still didn't change the scheduling of the stream, but that really depends on how well the Voltorb stream goes. So tomorrow I'll be streaming the Voltorb hunt. Hopefully I'll get it then. would be time for that. Pretty much due. I know, I've read your WhatsApp message. They have chicken and waffles in Germany, but I think that they do that in hotels where there's a lot of British tourists going, because I don't know, that just sounds like a very weird combination. No, I did get a Voltorb, yes, but that was part of getting square shinies. Oh wait, was it part of the Wild Wednesday? It was part of one of these, so the Voltorbs that I'll be hunting tomorrow are basically event Pokemon, so not event, but they're Pokemon that you find in the overworld and not in the grass, if that makes sense. So they are a stationary or static encounters, they're also called. Well, let's see how that goes tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get them. There's 3 of them. No, that's a Wurmple. What else do I even get in the Petalburg Woods? So, the first frame is a Zigzagoon, I presume? No? Okay, so Zigzagoon is slot 0 and 3, alright. Wurmple, is that the... No. Shroomish is not the first one. Silcoon, that's way too... Nah. I think it's the Cascoon, isn't it? Slot 5. Yeah, Cascoon would be the first one. I mean, I already have multiple shiny Cascoons, so I would go for a Silcoon, but this is just way too much. 75,000, no thanks. What else? A Slack Off, I cannot. 54,000, no thanks. Tailo, no Tailo here. No, British people are known for their iconic toast and beans. Not just that, but yeah. I'm not a fan of toast and beans either, but that's just because I don't like beans. Unfortunately, I am a picky eater, and I know out there are people who hate picky eaters. But it's not like I'm doing it on purpose. I'd rather not be one. That's just a thing that comes with my autism that if I could change it, I definitely would. Wouldn't change everything, especially the excellent long-term memory. I would definitely not change that. That is more than of a gift than it is a curse. But the, oh, that is just slightly too bitter, or you don't like the texture, so you can't eat it, or else you vomit it out. No thanks. Being a picky eater is not fun. I don't know why people think that's a flex. It's not. But I'm also not doing it on purpose. Why would I do something so stupid on purpose? Chicken and waffles is actually American, just like the bacon pancakes. Yeah, that's fair. I also did some research on that, and apparently it is American. Most British places wouldn't dream of something like that. I've only seen these dishes in London and hotels, so not everywhere. Yeah, hotels, you kind of have to exclude them, right? Because they cater to a different audience. They cater to tourists, and if they have a lot of British tourists, well, of course they're gonna want to change their menu according to that. Me too. I rarely eat anything. I just eat some food. I mean, I love eating good food, and I really do enjoy eating some foods. But it's just, if it's too bitter or I don't like the texture, I just can't eat it, which is annoying. Because there's just so much very healthy food like broccoli and other things that I just can't eat because I don't like the taste, and it would be much better and much preferred that I would eat these, because broccoli is very healthy. It contains a lot of nutrients that the body needs. Also some good fiber, also very important, but nope, my brain just is like, nah, that's way too bitter. You're not eating that. I couldn't even force myself eating it because I just gag. Just happens automatically. It really sucks. But luckily I'm not a as the internet sometimes calls them, a chicken nugget artist. And what that means is apparently there's some picky eater autistics who only eat things like fries and fried chicken, which is definitely not a balanced diet or a good diet at all. There's a lot of things missing when you only eat these things. It's not that they're doing it on purpose, of course. They're also not doing it for clout. Why would you do something like that for clout anyway? But yeah, there's also a lot of things that I eat now that I haven't or didn't touch when I was a child. Some reason as a child, or well, some reason I do remember, but I just really disliked the taste of mushrooms. And yet today I eat a lot of mushrooms. I don't know what changed, but suddenly it's as if a switch has been switched in my brain. And I'm like, yeah, I suddenly like the taste of mushroom now, when before it made me gag. Very strange. Just changed overnight, basically. I just woke up one day as an adult and I said, oh yeah, I suddenly like mushrooms. Or maybe I just didn't have good mushrooms. Right, I'm gonna try for a bit of a later frame just to see if that gets me more consistent results. Can't explain the mild salsa versus hot salsa thing at the New Year's party where the hot sauce had no effect whatsoever. Yeah, that was very inexplicable, definitely. That the hotter sauce was not as bad as the less hot sauce. That's just still baffles me, but I mean, do we need an explanation for that? I'm curious to see what German hotel breakfast will be like. Yeah, I don't think that the waffle chicken thing is normal in Germany. I think it's you find these things in British pubs or American styled restaurants and hotels, and that's it. I've never seen it anywhere else. But I assume that Hamburg gets a lot of British tourists. Then again, it's not British, isn't it? It's American. Don't like broccoli, but I like asparagus, which is basically the same thing. Not really. I mean, broccoli is related to cauliflower. Fun fact, broccoli, like we eat it today, didn't even exist back then. We bred it to be that way. We bred cauliflower to the point that it became broccoli, if I'm not mistaken. I also like asparagus, especially with the, as the French call it, sauce hollandaise. Very good, really nice. And with some cooked ham, or raw ham, that also works. Love it when my mom makes that. It's just that after you go to the toilet, your urine smells really weird. It's because of a certain chemical that is in asparagus that makes your urines have that very distinct and pungent smell. That's the thing that I don't like about them, but otherwise they are very healthy. And with that sauce, it's just really good. Especially I've had ones from the asparagus from the Schwarzwald in Germany. Oh, those were the best ones I've ever had. They were absolutely fantastic. And if you like asparagus, maybe we should, next time you come over to Luxembourg, I'll try and get a hold of German asparagus. Because they know how to make asparagus. Definitely. I eat a lot of food with gluten, bakeries, and a lot of fruits and vegetables, and also I live on animal lives. Now, me too, I'm not a vegan. I do try to not eat too much meat, because that is definitely, I agree with the vegans on there, we eat way too much meat. I mean, the human body doesn't need that much meat. Especially in Luxembourg, where it feels like the average person just eats meat every single day, and a lot of meat, which it's not bad. It's not ideal either. heard a lot about Americans in Hamburg. Oh, you did? I didn't even know that they go to Hamburg. I do know about Rammstein, but that is not in Hamburg. That is in Rhineland-Palatinate. It's a American base. That's why there's so many Americans living there. They even tried to have a Walmart in Germany, in Rammstein, but that failed. Because we, in Germany, we are part of the EU, so Germany, or I say we, I'm not even German, but as in an EU country, we have workers' rights, and that just went against Walmart's philosophy. And just that American-style supermarket, just, it didn't work here, because that's not how the average European works. And we have supermarkets that sell cheap, and yet the quality is still good. So there's no need for Walmart, where it's cheap but the quality, well, I've heard other things. Imagine being vegan. Yeah, James, right? I hate onion, but I do love garlic. Oh, maybe you didn't have the right onions. If they are caramelized with some honey or a good sauce, oh, they are very good. I like onions as well on a hamburger, but not too much. My husband wants to try to make onion soup like the French do, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Popular dish in England is cauliflower and cheese, but I don't care for cauliflower. Cauliflower and cheese? What's wrong with you Brits? That doesn't go together. Cauliflower and cheese. What kind of cheese do you add to cauliflower? Just trying to picturing eating cauliflower with camembert or something like that. Blech. Weird combinations, definitely. We have Walmart in England, but it's called Asda. I'm not sure why. All the checkouts say Walmart on them. Oh, maybe it's a... remember the car thing? Where the Opel isn't called Opel in the UK? What's it called again? In the UK? The Opel, the car manufacturer. I remember you telling me it was a completely different name. Maybe it's a case like that. If you Google cauliflower and cheese, you see what I mean. Cauliflower and cheese. Oh, okay. It's baked cauliflower into cheese. Okay, that is more tasty. Okay, I do get that. That definitely changes. If you bake something in an oven, that definitely changes how it tastes. Makes it more compatible. I don't hate vegetables, like I eat every day at least 3 different vegetables. Oh, that's good. Only suck an animal soul every week. Well, I mean, I think I eat more animals than that per week, I have to say. I mean, I ate fish today. And I mean, I did give money to the scientific project of growing meat in a lab, and I hope that becomes commercially available to everyone, because then we wouldn't have to slay animals, as in make them, kill them. That way you can have as much meat as you want, and no one has to die for it. That would be an ideal world. No, he's not from Manchester. Vauxhall. But brick in USA, weird. No, the car that I had before I have the current one, The it was called a Chevrolet Aveo in Europe, but apparently in the US it's a Chevrolet Sonic. Weird that they just changed the names like that without any rhyme or reason to it. Be fair, eating meat is good, but I don't eat every day. 1 animal per week is good to me. Yeah, that's more than enough. I also try to cut down on meat eating. But it's pretty hard when you live where I live, because Luxembourg, Germany, especially Germany, France, and also Austria, which is, to be fair, a couple of hours away from Luxembourg, but still, they have a really extreme meat culture in the way that you're just basically expected to eat that much meat. And there's so many dishes here where there's meat in it. James used to be a vegan for a while, which I accepted. Even if he would say, I want to be a vegan again, I'll be okay. That's his choice and I respect it. It was really hard when we went to restaurants. I always had to, like, so many things I had to ask. Do you do it without the egg, or can you do me a vegan version? And they just look at you like you're an alien. Is it really that weird not wanting to have any animal products in your food? And I'm saying that as a non-vegan. I'm a carnist, as they like to call those people. I eat meat, I eat eggs, I put milk in my coffee, I eat chocolate with milk in it. I mean, I do eat a lot of animal produce. But even so, I mean, there should definitely be a vegan option available in every restaurant. Still no shiny. An hour of streaming. Really need to step up my game. Let's, I can definitely change if you don't want to see the Petalburg woods anymore. Then I'll go to another route and try something else. When I got home, I spent like 3 hours researching Hamburg, and it looks like a really nice place. Yeah, Hamburg is a nice city, definitely. When I go back, there's a friend that I had in university. I want to visit him. He's from Hamburg. But it's a long drive, unfortunately, for me. And you would want to have a hotel, and hotels just are outside my budget right now. Fun fact, when I used to visit Grandma, I used to be the one to get the job of slaying the animal's head. Oh! So it was up to you to decapitate them. Well, I mean, where my dad is from a very rural village in the mountain regions in northern Italy, he saw that as well. He even saw my paternal grandfather, so my dad's father, or my nonno as the Italians would say. He was a hunter, and he hunted anything from deer to birds to anything. And he actually, I mean, we have pictures of him where he slit the throat of a like a animal that was already dead, was already shot in the head, and just blood lying everywhere, and he's just thumbs up. But I mean, that was just the part that apparently he needed to do that before it could be eaten. And well, that's just how it was. That is the meat that my dad ate back then. Was deers. Deers and does and other things. And also chickens. There's a person in that village who raises chickens, and he also said that even as a young child, as in like 6 years old, 5 years old, he saw how the chicken got decapitated. Which, I mean, yeah, it is not a nice sight, and I do feel really bad for the animal, but I'd rather have them decapitate the chicken. That way the connection is very quickly severed, and there's no... I mean, it's immediately goes from being conscious to being unconscious, so at least that's not a bad or like, painful way of dying. Jeez, we're at it again with the macabre topics, aren't we? Always happens. When I was 6, I saw a chicken head get cut off in front of my eyes. Nowadays, it's okay. Oh, so you're just like my dad. He saw that as well. But he said if you see it a lot, at one point it doesn't bother you as much. And that just reminds me, apparently there was a beheaded chicken that lived for 3 more days. Or, well, I'm not sure if it could be considered alive. I assume so. It still could move and do a lot of other things. So I assume the part of the brain, so that would be the brain stem that handles these kinds of functions. That one was still attached to the bird, so that's why it was able to run around. But of course, it wasn't able to do anything else. Some kind of tale of a headless chicken, pretty creepy if you ask me. But some animals you can just cut off a part of their body and it just grows back. There's even animals like some kind of lizards that use that as a strategy to get away from predators. They just basically detach their tail and then they run away without a tail, and the predator will then probably eat the tail instead of kill the whole animal, and the tail just grows back. I've seen it happen when I was a child in Italy as well. My brother managed to catch a small lizard and it just wriggled out, and then suddenly he had the tail in his hands and then was like, ew! Well, what did you expect? Poor thing though. Well, at least it grows back. Or starfish, if you cut a starfish arm off, it will grow back. There's some animals even where you cut it in a specific way, it creates 2 instances of the same animal. Which that gives me so many questions, like, what's up with the consciousness in that case? Do they have a different consciousness? Is the old one destroyed and 2 new ones emerged? Is the old one still intact and there's a new one now with the exact same genes? I don't know. These are the questions that keep me up at 4 a.m. in the morning, but I would love to have an answer to that. That can happen with some worms. Or starfish as well, but to be fair, a starfish doesn't have a brain, so without a brain, I don't know if you can really talk about a consciousness in this case. But then again, maybe you don't need a brain for consciousness. Maybe plants have something that can be considered a consciousness as well. We just don't know it, because that part in science is pretty much in its infancy. I could talk about hours about consciousness and all that. Very interesting and fascinating topic where even ridiculously intelligent people like Roger Penrose, a lead scientist, and also, he published some great papers about black holes. Really smart person, but he did work on a theory of consciousness, and he was wrong. And that he's not the only one. There's some other very intelligent people who just keep failing at defining or finding out what it is. And I do have a feeling that it's gonna be a while since until we figure that out. Seems to be a very complex problem. Still no shiny, come on. Let me see if I can find the story with the chicken. Mike the Headless Chicken. Yeah. Was a male Wyandot chicken that lived for 18 months. It lived for 18 months, not 3 days. 18 months, that's much longer than 3 days. After his head had been cut off, surviving because most of his brainstem, okay, so my hunch was correct, remained intact and did not bleed to death due to a blood clot. Oh, he even had a blood clot? Wow, usually a blood clot is something really bad to have. You don't want to have that at all. But in this case, it saved him. What a peculiar case. Did you see these videos of those crazy vegetarians who attacked a butcher's shop? What? No. Someone's life and job work and you come and destroy it? Yeah, that's just... It's not his fault that it's like that. I've seen enough compilations of vegans going into restaurants showing disturbing videos of animals being slaughtered, which, okay, I mean, sure, that is where the meat comes from. I mean, it doesn't grow magically on trees, definitely not. It's not Animal Crossing where the things you want just magically grow on trees. But still, that's, I don't know, they just went into restaurants where people just want to have a good time and then they yell, which I understand. If you're doing a protest, you want to disrupt something, that's the point of a protest. I just think that it's somewhat counterproductive because everyone I know who has seen these things, that made them even less vegan in a way. Not very intelligent, of course, but I've definitely heard that a lot of times that people said no, because they're so obnoxious, I'm gonna eat more meat than ever, which, dummy, that's not gonna change anything. But, yeah, no one likes preachy people, just like with preachy atheists. No, you're not superior mentally or intellectually just because you are an atheist. There's more to being an intelligent person than just what you believe in. To be fair though, these people, I don't know, that kind of sizzled out the stereotypical image of a, let's say, Reddit atheist or atheism plus. Haven't seen that around for a while. And some of these old atheist channels turned into right-wing things, which is very ironic, since they went against one conservative ideology just to hop onto another conservative ideology, which unfortunately they do not have the intellect to understand how ironic and funny that is. No, that's not a shiny. I want a shiny Shroomish. For me, if I meet a crazy vegetarian, I will ask him, would you take my food, please? And you become my food, since I'm known to bite people so hard till they bleed. You've bitten people until they bleed? In a battle of some... Well, if it was a bully, then haha, but... Jeez. As I said before, I have no problem with people being vegan or vegetarian. I even told the caterers for my wedding, please include vegan and vegetarian options, because there's people that are gonna be vegan. Even if there was just one single vegan there, I do take that seriously. I know it's a choice that they make, but it's just the same way as if there was a Muslim, I would definitely not give him pork, because even though I'm not Muslim, that doesn't mean that I don't respect that person and If they don't want to eat pork, well, I'm not gonna give them pork. That's just... Why would you do that? I think he meant because they see animals as people. I mean, in a way, I do see animals as people in a way as well, just not on a cognitive level as a human, but I still think the animal rights as they are right now are insufficient. There's way too much animal abuse going on, not just animal abuse, human abuse as well, but I mean, humans are animals. And I just think it's way too easy to get a pet nowadays. Breaks my heart to see people getting a pet for their kid, just for the kid to be bored of it a few days later. And then the pet being abandoned or not cared for. That just breaks my heart. That should definitely not be a case anymore. If you want an animal, just know it's a responsibility. So did in middle school a jerk threw trash at me? He threw trash at you? Jeez. End up attacking about his hands, his face, his arm. He was crying in pain till my mouth had blood on it. People saw me as a monster. Okay, that's kind of jeez. Well, I don't feel bad for that guy if he threw trash at you. Come on. Wasn't that weird? Just tasting blood in your mouth and it's not your own? Had to be kind of there. No? I already don't like it when I taste my own blood. You know, sometimes you have a wound in your mouth where you have gum bleeding. And that just tastes so much like iron. It's disgusting. I don't like the taste of blood. Oh, for a second I thought that was the shiny, but nope. Yeah, it does taste like iron. I mean, there is iron oxide in it, so... No, excuse me, that's my vocal cords being fried from today's singing lesson. But yeah, that's the reason why blood is red, because there's a molecule in it that has iron and oxygen, and that combination gives a red color. It's also the same thing with what's on Mars, or what gives Mars the red color. It's that specific combination of iron and oxygen. Without getting too much into how they form bonds and all that in chemistry. Don't try to make a joke or anything, but I find blood tastes fun. Think it tastes fun. I used to bite myself, test my blood, no joke. Jeez, doesn't that hurt? Biting yourself until you feel the... Ooh. I mean, you do you, right? Maybe you like the irony taste, that's fair. You should try the German... Oh wait, maybe not. You're Muslim after all, so you don't eat pork, but I think there's a bovine version. Where in Germany there's a meat. Or meat, well. It's called Blutwurst, which is basically a hot dog thing, but it's not made from meat, it's made from clotted blood. So maybe you'll like that. I never really like that. Don't really eat it. But maybe try that. Doesn't really taste that much like iron. Don't let vampirism become your addiction. Yeah, Ahmed, are you sure you're not a vampire? Didn't you tell me that you are awake during the night and not really during the day? Are you trying to tell me something, Ahmed? So you turned that bully into a vampire. Black pudding. Ah, yeah, you have a word for that as well. I don't like black pudding. I've never had anything like that I liked. But then again, there's worlds between high quality and low quality food. That reminds me, but as a kid on Halloween, I used to break any wounds might have had and let the blood drip down my skin. It was Halloween, so people thought it was makeup. Oh, well, that's kind of morbid, but... So you just scratch the scabs off? Is that what you meant? That can be a compulsive habit or an addiction some people have. Not a vampire. Yeah, that's what all vampires say, right? That they're not a vampire. Got the taste for the blood, Ahmed. So which blood type do you like most? Is it A or B or 0? Was like 6, but yeah. I know people, like most people that do that I know of are adults. Might be a maladaptive stress reaction, which I sometimes have the tendency to do that as well. But I don't do it consciously. It's just you're nervous, and then you just end up scratching at these things. Not healthy, and I'm definitely trying to avoid that as much as possible. That your story, James, that reminded me of a very grim tale, and well, not tale, but it definitely happened. Where someone... Okay, can I say this on YouTube without getting into problems? I'm gonna say it anyway. There was a person in America that hung themselves, and because it was Halloween, people thought that was a decoration for Halloween. I will never forget reading about that. That is definitely very, very dark. Today in my exam, I had a question: what does blood A take from its take from A and 0? There is 4 A, B, 0, AB blood types. Ironic. Yeah, the you had the thing with the who's a universal donor and who's a universal receiver. I know that I am a universal donor because I have the 0 or O blood type, which I don't have from my mom. My mom has A, so I must have inherited the O or 0 type from my dad. And it's 0 or O plus or positive, so my rhesus factor is positive, which I'm really glad that it is, because me as a woman, what a lot of people don't know is if you are a woman and you have a rhesus factor that's negative, so be it A negative, B negative, or AB negative, 0 negative, you name it, and you're pregnant with a child that has a positive rhesus factor, that your antibodies can actually attack your fetus. That's something that's not really that much spoken about, but that's why I'm glad I have the positive rhesus factor, because in that case that will never happen to me. To be fair, there's things you can do in order to rectify that, or just so that nothing happens to the baby. Still scary though. So if I say I'm a vampire, does that count as I'm not a vampire? That's what they all say, Ahmed. That's what they all say. You avoid the sun as well, didn't you say? And you're paler than your siblings? Very sus. You know what would be funny to see in a fictional story about vampires? Imagine a vampire getting a hold of a victim and sucking the blood, and it turns out that victim is an alcoholic, so will the vampire be drunk? Or what if the victim is a notorious stoner and it has full of the blood is full of THC? Will the vampire be high? Those are the kind of questions I want answered. Don't think I've come across that in fiction. Like these implications, what would happen? To be fair, aren't vampires undead? So I don't know if a undead creature can have mental effects like that. Or still no shiny. That would definitely be interesting or funny to see. So for any of you who want to write something with vampires, here's a tip that I would like to see that as a joke or just a comedic retelling. Fun fact, 85% are plus and 15% are minus. If the husband is plus and the wife is minus, that would be danger for the newborn. That was a question came out in today's exams. Yeah, that was what I said with when the woman has a negative rhesus factor, then that can actually be dangerous for the baby. But I'm glad that I'm not. I could give blood to my husband and he would give it to me as well, because we have exactly the same blood type. Very convenient. Oh, for a second I thought I had it. Well, hopefully we never have to give blood to one another, because that would mean we'd be in an accident. I guess since I'm a vampire, as you guys say, I'm gonna go and sack a high person to see for myself. Are there that many high people in Iraq? I don't know. I assume it's not legal in Iraq, so maybe it will be pretty difficult to find one. Or maybe you know someone, you can just try. But then again, you're a minor, so maybe don't. Even for vampires, that's not good. Bars, as in alcohol bars? Oh, come on, still no shiny. Okay, I'll try a couple, let's say 3 minutes more, and then I think I'll try and get something else. I can maybe also hunt some square shinies. So what else could I go for? A lot, actually. Grime I've already gotten. What about Meryl? I've also gotten. Jigglypuff I've gotten as a square, but not as a star as well. Well, let's see. Route 110, what do I get? Zigzagoon, I've had enough of these. Electric, I also have one. Maybe not Route 110, maybe 111. What Sandshrew? I can get a Sandshrew. No, I want a shiny. Is that gonna be a Wild Wednesday without any shinies again? You just make me realize I don't know my blood type. A lot of people don't know their blood type. Which, well, kind of concerning, isn't it? Not that I blame you, but shouldn't there be at least one doctor's visit where he just tests it, or at least tells you in case of an emergency? I got mine tested, that's why I know. We even did that in school, where you just prick your finger, push some blood out, and it doesn't really hurt. and then you place it onto some test, not tubes, but some. It's a paper with a special substance in it that discolors depending on which blood type you have, and that's how I also found out that yes, I definitely have 0+ or O+. I don't know how you guys say it. Sometimes it's abbreviated as 0, sometimes as O. Once got attacked by a bat when I was 8. That was where I became a vampire, I guess. Joke, I got attacked by a bat once. Well, that's... See? You're a vampire. I never got attacked by bats. All the bats that I've seen were so shy that they basically tried to flee immediately, or I just kind of saw them in passing. Bats are a protected species in Luxembourg and also in some parts of Germany. But last time I saw one was years ago. It was under a bridge in Germany, in Trier. And I actually think bats are cute. The largest bat that I've ever seen, if that counts as a bat, but I could be wrong, I think it's a bat. Oh, come on, okay. One more, I just want to see if I can get that shroomish to appear. The largest bat that I've seen were the... How are they called again? Not flying dogs, but... They're basically huge bats that live in the Maldives. And they suck the juices out of coconuts, so they're not out for your blood. They're just they're still bats, and they have island gigantism, and they were really loud and huge. And I even saw some they were in a dispute where they fought over a coconut. That was pretty cute. I saw more of these bats there than birds. Having a body that's very skinny, so much you can see bones have white body, like bones level of white. Does that make me more vampire? Yes. Ahmed, we all know now. The secret has been revealed. You are indeed a vampire. Alright, so the shroomish that... I don't know why. I just don't get the frame. No idea why. So let's try for a sand shrew. And this time I'm gonna do this frame. So frame 3203. Rock Smash RNG. I'll have to do it one day, but not a fan. Never gotten a shiny out of that. In Iraq, around 7 PM to 6 AM, bats go be in the thousands. Oh, so that's where the bats just fly everywhere. Bats are really hard to find in Europe. Usually they're in caves. Right, let's do this. Get the shiny sand shrew. Hopefully this time I won't suck at it again. I'm at sucking blood. I'm sucking at getting the shiny frame for some reason. It was definitely better than at this in the past. No idea why lately I just missed the frames a lot. But the stream isn't over yet, so let's see what else I can get my hands on. So a sand shrew would be nice. A trap pinch, I could also go for that one. Maybe I'll accidentally hit one. Trapinch is also nice shiny. Let's see. What do I get? Suspect is innocent until proven guilty. That is true. I guess I have to hold a mirror against you. If you have a reflection, you're not a... If you have a reflection, you're not a vampire. If you don't have a reflection, you are. Have a childhood memory of a bat getting into a house and flying around. Oh, poor thing was probably very disoriented and scared. But then again, Amma, didn't you say earlier in the stream, in the chat, I remember you saying you like garlic? Which is not something vampires like. Not at all. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Did I at least get it this time? Come on, I need to be better at this. Yeah, I did. Shiny Sandshrew. Why can I hit the frame here and try for 1.5 hours in the Petalburg Woods and it doesn't happen? My guess is that the I think the Petalburg Woods, I've always had problems with getting shinies there. I think it's a busy area. Or you love garlic? Well then, there goes the vampire theory. Right, that one would look really good in a green, in a netball. But I have to weaken it first. Sassy Sandshrew. Oh, that's not gonna do you a lot. And you should, after the sandstorm damage, you should sleep. Yeah, exactly. Right, then there's only false swipe to do, and throwing a not net ball, sorry, a nest ball. So let's see, should be an easy capture. Oh, I don't have a net ball. Well, then it's gonna be a something else. I don't know, not just a Pokeball. That would be good. See, I just need to buy a couple of more Pokeballs here. All right, so the first shiny finally gotten. A Sandshrew got caught. I'd call it Sassy, so I know what kind of shiny it is. There we go. So that's the first one. Let's try for a Trapinch next. That would be this frame. No idea why I hit this one so quickly and the other one just for 1.5 hours, nothing. I'm really perplexed by this. The only explanation that makes sense is that the Petalburg Woods is just a very, very busy area with NPCs ruining my frames. So Trapinch, and what else? Can I get a Cacnea? Oh, I can! Ah. So that'd be interesting. What else? Baltoy, I know, but I've gotten a Baltoy I've gotten in Wednesday when I did it on Emerald. It's also very nice shiny, I might add. A bit minimal, but still. Sometimes you just don't need to change everything. Alright, 3 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. And what do I get? Did I hit the frame? And no. It's a Cacnea. Cacnea is also very nice shiny. It turns orange, yellowish. And the evolution keeps the color scheme. Sometimes you have Pokemon that have a really nice shiny in their pre-evolution, but as soon as they evolve, it kind of gets ruined. Or sometimes the pre-evolution has a bad shiny and the evolution has a better one. For example, with the Horsey line, Horsey and the evolution, those two, I mean, the shinies are okay, but they're pretty minimal. But the Kingdra one, that is really nice. It turns purple pink. The other ones just turn a different hue of blue. Let's see, is this the one? And no, that's a Sandshrew. A normal one. I love garlic as well, by the way, Amit. I would be a very bad vampire in that regard. I just like garlic way too much, and sometimes when my husband cooks for me, he does something and he bites in it and he said, maybe that's too much garlic, and I'm like, no, there's no such thing as too much garlic. Put garlic on everything. Well, not everything, but oh, in garlic bread. Imagine being immortal and then not being able to eat garlic bread. What kind of evil punishment is that? So no thanks, I don't want to be a vampire, it'd be a horrible one. As with the sun, well, no, I'm really fair skinned, so the sun isn't good for me. That's a Baltoy. Poupons in German. Looks like a Beyblade, some kind of. Made an idea of a new Pokemon called Droidon. Steel Dragon Pokemon. Looks like Haxorus. Also Haxorus. But more like robot. It was 200 speed, 100 attack, 100 special attack, 50 HP, special defense 70, and 70 defense. So overall 590 stat total. Ooh, that's not too bad. That sounds like a Paradox form, or like a Paradox Pokemon from the future. They have some that are robots. The future variants, at least. But yeah, pretty cool idea. In England, we put garlic bread with lasagna. Oh, that still works. You do commit other food crimes, but this is not it. On the side of the lasagna, not mixed in. Yeah, I've seen that as well. Not just in Great Britain. I mean, I only have been to Scotland, so. Oh, so you drew them as well. So feel free to paste that in the Discord creative channel. Always glad to see what people come up with. As a kid, I made up a pre-evolution to Rayquaza, even though legendaries didn't have pre-evolutions yet at that point. And looking at it today, where legendaries do have, some of them have pre-evolutions, it's pretty funny. Especially when I remember people saying, but you can't do that. Legendaries don't evolve. Well, not now anymore. They changed the rules. What's with the purple faces, James? The garlic bread, though, goes with a lot of things. It's also an entree in many German or French restaurants where you just eat garlic bread and then you eat the main dish, the main course. As a kid, my sister used to draw that Tamagotchi characters per my request. Oh, so the Tamagotchi that you had that died and she would draw them for you? Oh, that's cute. That's really sweet. At least hopefully she didn't do it to mock you, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Let's see. What do I get? What do I get? Sancho again? Come on, I did just fine a couple of days... not days. What am I saying? A couple of minutes ago, I did get the Sancho. Now you're telling me I can't get the Trapinch? Oh, no! Ah, that was not what I wanted to do. So I'll have to do that again. That's what I want, but in shiny. I said to her, make sure that because the beeping used to piss me off. The beeping, yeah, that is... Still haven't set up my the Tamagotchi that I got on the Zar RetroCon. But I thought that'd be fun doing that when you come back. Don't know how YouTube feels about... Okay, so use a different letter. No, that is actually okay. It really also sometimes depends on the context. It's weird. And it always changes. It's very unreliable. This, doing all that censoring. Instead, just say, if you're too young, then don't go on the internet and try to keep little kids off the internet. But no, everything needs to be censored right now. There's a cool ability called Strikes Back. It's cool. Every time Droidon gets hit, he will be 30% weaker, and that 30% will turn into attack from the same move type. So if I get that correctly, he'll be 30% weaker, but his move will be boosted by 30%. Is that what you mean? No, James, sometimes you can say that and you don't get banned. It's very weird. I don't understand it either. I've been on YouTube since I was 7. Yeah, well... I mean, now it's done and you can't turn back time, right? But, seeing all these kids on the tablets, being on the internet the whole time, it's just... I don't think that's... Oh, did I do a stupid thing again? Of course, I did a very stupid thing. I forgot to hover over sweet cheese. I'm really not at the top of my game. But yeah, I definitely see there's already now a problem with the younger, as in Generation Alpha, having behavioral problems and learning difficulties because they've basically been on the iPad or the phone since they were little, and it's negatively impacting their brain development. Their attention span is suffering, and I can't tell you how many teachers I know, all of them basically say the reading comprehension has gone down, their attention span has been shortened. They kind of just give up if they can't solve anything. Instead of seeking help, they just give up, which, well, that's not the point of trying to solve a problem. No, that's not what I want. Maybe let's go for the Cacnea instead and just try if that works. Unalive isn't even a real word. Oh, I hate that so much. I just really don't like that word, unalive. It's not even a real word, just as you said. And all that because, I mean, just no. Why do we have to censor everything? The internet isn't meant to be for kids. Don't let your kids on the internet. And why would you censor something like that? It's just... baffling. Was only allowed on sites like YouTube on weekends under parental supervision. During the week it was in education sites only. Yeah, that's good, but unfortunately most parents aren't like that with their kids nowadays. I just see so many kids just with a phone in their hand or a tablet. And then there's things like Elsa Gate. That's not what I want. So if like Droidon gets hit by an earthquake will be 70 power, and that 30 will turn into ground attack Droidon uses along with its normal moves. Okay, so when it gets hit by earthquake, it now can use a ground move, and that one has 30 base power. Is that what the ability does? That's 30. Is that enough? It's pretty weak as in base power. But then again, the earthquake will be lowered in power, so that will probably be the same for other attacks as well. See, James, I was not allowed on the internet at all, except for very strict under very strict parental supervision. And yeah, that's why I never had a Club Penguin. I always wanted to be part of Club Penguin. I mean, it's penguins. I love penguins. But unfortunately, that was not part of my childhood. And it being shut down now for a while, I don't know, it's kind of sad. I didn't want to experience that, but unfortunately that was not part of my childhood. Neither was Neopets. I also wanted a Neopets account, but I wasn't allowed to have one. So all these memes of Club Penguin, I can't really relate to them, unfortunately. Was listening to I Will Survive by Donna Summer, and Instagram censored the word down instead of die, and I don't get why. What? Huh? What? That makes zero sense. But sometimes it also, they have auto captioning where the audio gets subtitles, but sometimes these are just flat out wrong. And there's just basically nonsense text. It's just that internet theory. It's really... the internet has been much better in the past. And I'm not saying that because of some kind of rose-tinted nostalgia glasses. But I definitely remember the internet being less ad-infested, and you could actually find things much easier now with Google. The Google right now is really at its worst, definitely. Just it's so unreliable now. I always try to use Ecosia now because also with the AI thing, I don't know if you've also noticed that, but they now give very questionable results, or maybe results that are very dangerous. I don't know if you've heard about the meme with AI suggesting that you mix glue with your cheese to make it stickier. But what the AI, the problem is, don't do that. Glue is not healthy. It's not meant to be ingested. It's not food. It's an industry product. And basically the AI got that from a photography or a filmography tip. It, as in, they mix that, they do mix cheese with glue, but that's if you want to have a very specific shot of, like for advertisements, if you want to advertise for cheese, you mix it in and then you film it, and it doesn't get eaten, so it's a film tip if you want to film cheese. And the AI, of course, doesn't know the context, so we can't distinguish if that is a thing that humans eat or do because it makes the cheese look better on film or on camera. And isn't that dangerous? I've also seen a Reddit post today where someone asked the Google AI, what should I do for pregnancy? What do you recommend? And the AI basically recommended to smoke cigarettes, which you never do when you're pregnant. That's just horrible. Club Penguin still exists, so does Neopets. Hasn't Club Penguin aren't these servers offline now? Sent you the lyric screenshot if I can find it. Hamburg Airport has its own Edeka, nice. Yeah, Edeka is really nice. Bit more expensive than the other ones, but the ingredients are definitely good. So if we shop in Germany, we usually go to Edeka. Made this Pokemon to be a fast Pokemon that can hit hard but can't take any back. That's why its ability is very strong. Oh, so that's what is referred to as a glass cannon. Never got rid of Club Penguin, just updated it. Wait, I remember their memes being bye-bye Club Penguin and Club Penguin going offline. Did I miss anything, or was that meant not to be taken seriously and was ironic and my autistic butt fell for it? Could be, but pretty sure that Club Penguin just got retired and you can't play it anymore. Maybe on pirate servers or like fan-hosted servers, that could be the case. But I do remember Club Penguin not being around anymore. Offline but came back, okay. So it's only offline now. But then how can you play? Isn't the point of Club Penguin that you can play with others online? And Neopets, well, I don't know, is there much point getting into it now as an adult? Not that I don't like things like that, but I don't know, it comes across as something that you have to have witnessed back then. They closed it down but brought it back. Oh, because of fan backlash? Yeah, I don't know if I... Maybe it's better than ever, I don't know, but never got these experiences. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. Come on. I know I can hit the frames. And no. So, Sancho I've gotten. Come on, what's wrong with me? Hopefully tomorrow the Voltorb will work out. I really don't know why I'm having so much trouble hitting the frame there. I really don't. Should have gotten it a long time ago, but for some reason it just doesn't want to be caught. Thing is, if I get it, then it's gonna be 3. Then I'll try and attempt to do the why not. Maybe I will not be able to stream this Friday. I don't know yet. But I'll definitely tell you in advance. Okay, please let this be it. Shiny? No, Cacnea. Tuska in German. Wouldn't want to be caught if I was a Pokemon either. Well, it depends. If you have a top-notch trainer and then suddenly you're... You know, they train you to your maximum potential and then you're stronger than any of your wild companions, then maybe. So James, I know you're not that much, or you're just starting out with getting to know the franchise of Pokemon, but do you already have a favorite? Fun fact, I beat Wallace today with the most underleveled team, my best Pokemon team, level 51 Breloom. Oh, so you really profited from the type advantage there. Nice. Oh, come on, I want a shiny. 2 hours in, only one shiny. Embarrassing, Yana, embarrassing. Really embarrassing. What's wrong? I managed to pull like 15 or 12 shinies in the past. Or maybe I'll also change routes soon. And then try to get something else. Just have some kind of variety. At least got the Sandshrew, but Wednesday was also only one, and that is... Nah, I don't want that to be a trend that will continue. Definitely not. Okay, 4 seconds. 2, 3. Didn't say yet. Honestly, I haven't touched yet since I first downloaded it. I haven't been using my 3DS much. Yeah, that's no problem. Do it whenever you want to. Right, I think I'll change routes. Right, so what do we have here? A Newell and Mud Shop. I already have that. Can I get a Skarmory here? Oh, that's like way too... I can get another Sandshrew on Route 113, but I don't feel like getting another one. Let's see. Let's buy some Pokeballs first. Seviper? I haven't gotten the Seviper to appear yet. Oh, it's the same frame, so I don't even need to change. Good. You should watch Wolfie. VGC is one of the best Pokemon players. Yeah, yeah, he is. He definitely is, but I don't know if it's a good idea to let him watch. Oh, I don't really have that much money, do I? Nope. But I don't know, maybe it's a bit confusing for him since he has no real... He doesn't really know Pokemon that well. So that might be very confusing to him. Because Wolfie VGC is basically a professional Pokemon player. Arguably one of the best in the world, yeah, definitely. But yeah, I told James how to proceed. Like, if I could do a blind playthrough of Pokemon, like wipe my memory and just experience Pokemon again, I'd do it like this. I'd play Yellow first, and then isn't there an item here? No, I was wrong about that. All right, let's save here. This is Route 114. And what can I get here? Swablu, a Lotad, a Seviper, a Lombre, and a Surskit. What about the Swablu? Yes. Lotad, Seviper, I'm looking for that one now. Lombre as well. Surskit? Nah, that's way too long of a wait, so let's go for the Seviper. But yeah, I would start out with Yellow to experience the very first Generation 1. And then I would go over to Crystal, then Emerald, Platinum, either Black or White, or maybe Black or White too. Actually, I preferred the first installments over Black 2. I don't know, I played through Black 2 very quickly and nothing really stuck with me. Then, well, X and Y, you can pick one, they're basically the same. But yeah, I told him how to proceed. And I mean, you can get yellow on the 3DS. So he doesn't need to have a Game Boy cartridge, which usually are very expensive. Let's see. That's a Swablu. Burning the burb. Poor burb. Okay, only one single frame that will yield a shiny Seviper. And the Lotad I can get on different frames as well. Okay. Swablu as well. So Seviper is actually the hardest one out of all of these, since only one single frame. Need to be frame perfect. Sometimes if you have a lot of frames here, sometimes I accidentally still get the shiny because I hit another shiny frame. That's what I like about my Emerald version. That happens quite a lot about, on there, but that also leads to me having a ton of shiny Oddish, so there's that. So let's see if this was the correct input. Yeah, it was! Shiny Seviper, nice, very nice shiny. Wow. That magenta is really sticking out. So I can actually, if I really want to. I don't know why I failed so much before. Oh yeah, see you. My sassy Seviper. It's a male one. The shiny that I've gotten on my Emerald, I also have a shiny Seviper there, but that one is female. This one is male, so technically I could breed them. Not that that really gives me anything that I need, but... Right, so what... A luxury ball would be nice. I have two. Well, here goes one. Hey there, Kaiser Karmazin. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Shout out to one of my Patreons, Kaiser Karmazin. As you can clearly see, I'm trying to get a shiny Seviper here. Let's throw the second and last luxury ball. If not, I will have to trade some over. 1, 2, okay, so no luxury ball. And you woke up. Might look for Oberweis unless that's Luxembourg only. Oh, is it? Now that you're mentioning it, I never have seen an Oberweis outside of Luxembourg. I think it's Luxembourgish. No, don't go to Fisher. Fisher's not good. Timer ball, no. Great ball. Netball fits, yeah. The blue somewhat. 3. And the Seviper got caught. Nice. YouTube deceived me not to tell me you were streaming today. Hey, no problem. So I thought you weren't streaming for some reason or another. Oh, so that is the first time I've got one in this save file. So this is the normal Seviper. And that is the shiny. Alright. Nice. So that one got caught. Let's go further. Swallow I've already gotten. What else? Ninkada I also already have. Let me see. That is on route 116. It'll be here. Don't have a sassy one. I might as well try. But yeah, sometimes YouTube really sucks and it doesn't. There was another YouTuber that I follow, and they just had a very important video that I was waiting for a very long time, and I even had the bell notification on. But for some weird reason, it still didn't notify me. I still don't understand. Right, so this is the Seviper. And I don't have a star shiny Ninkata, so yeah, let's try for that one. Why not? Can you name your next shiny Spencer, especially if it's Pencer? Huh? Nani? What? Sorry, I don't understand what you're trying to say. Or is it some joke that is flying over my head? So I forgot what I was gonna say, by the way. I'm trying to remember because I feel bad for having to... that if you forgot it, no, that's no problem. It'll come back to you, and if not, then it probably wasn't that important. I'll just save again, just in case. Or do you mean pins here? Because I've gotten these shiny pins here a while ago in the Safari Zone. Definitely gotten that one. I'm now trying for the Heracross. And I mean, it did appear last Saturday, but you all saw what happened, right? You were there. It just fled, of course it did. They even gave it a very good Pokeblog, and yeah, like, nom nom nom, yeah, thank you, but goodbye. But I will get her, mark my words. Spence is a character from Resident Evil that I effing love. Oh, okay, so that flew over my head. Oh, can you name your next shiny Spence? Oh my god, okay, that's what you meant. But which shiny? The Ninkata? Apparently Hamburger has like 10 ravens. Oh, you mean Hamburg? Not hamburger. That is where it is originally from, right? But yeah, there's Rewe everywhere in Germany. Like, you drive 10 kilometers and you probably pass 10 Rewes at that point. It's crazy. But they're good. Rewe usually has good things. I really like the supermarkets, or like the markets in Germany, in the stores. They have a wide selection, which that's also the reason why there's so many Luxembourgers driving to Perl or Trier or Saarbrücken just to shop for things. They also have a store called DM, which has anything for like shampoo, hygiene, soaps, toothbrush, anything of that category. And their shampoo is just way cheaper than it is in Luxembourg, so I don't really buy it in Luxembourg anymore. Unless I go to Yves Rocher, which is a French store that specializes in doing cosmetics but with plant ingredients only. So as some people are maybe not aware of this, but things like lipstick can have fish or other animal parts in it, or they use animals to test their cosmetics, which, yeah, I know that is not nice. But you have stores like the Yves Rocher, which they test in vitro or on plants, and everything they use is derived from plants, so it's even good for very sensitive skin. And I really like their things. Their soap, they smell so nice, you don't even need perfume. You end up smelling like that for the whole day, and they have some really nice fragrances. So let's see if that was the correct input. And no, of course not. So Ninkata I can get. Did I get the Skitty here? Well, nah, not 54,000. Nah, absolutely not. Taylor I already have. Ninkata I'm looking for. Whismer, I mean, that is a boring shiny that I've already have in like multiple times. Very tired, might head out and sleep, but not sure yet. Yeah, I mean, if you feel too tired, I'm not forcing anyone to watch this. I don't know if you've done that, Kaiser comes in, that you let a stream play while you're trying to fall asleep. I do that sometimes, especially when I'm having trouble falling asleep. It helps me listening to a either I turn on rain sounds, that really helps, or just a very long video where someone explains something, and if they have a very calming voice, that helps as well. I don't know if I have the voice for that, but I've done it before, so I like listening to streams while I do housework. All the time I actually fall asleep quicker listening to a podcast or YouTube video of some kind. You did it as well. I just don't do it when I go to bed as in the same time as my husband, because that he doesn't like that. At least the rain, that works, but not when I listen to certain YouTube videos. He says he doesn't, that would just keep him up. What grocery store is the most expensive and what is the cheapest? So the cheapest would be Pennymarkt and Netto. So those two are the cheap ones, or the cheapest ones. A bit above that is Aldi, still cheap, but there's cheaper things than Aldi. And you have two kinds of Aldi in Germany for some reason. You have Aldi Süd and Aldi Nord. I don't know why they split it like that. No idea. Like, that's basically Aldi North and Aldi South. No idea why they did that, but in Germany it's like that. And after that, the Rewe is like in the middle, as well as Kaufland. A bit more expensive, but Kaufland usually has a huge variety of things you can choose from. I mean, the one where we went to, James, if you remember, that was a small Kaufland, and even they had so many choices of so many things. And the most expensive would be Edeka, but Edeka is, I do sometimes go there by choice, even though it's the most expensive one. And simply because their quality is just better, and sometimes they have their own things. As in, I don't know, Edeka milk, Edeka butter. So it's not from a big factory or like a big firm, a large company, but they sometimes make the things, the products themselves. And usually the Edeka products are very good. And they also have a good, they have some good things for the grill, if you want to grill. Their meat is, I mean, usually I try if they, I don't like buying meat in Germany because their quality standards and their, like, how the animals are treated in Germany, they're way more lax on these than in Luxembourg. In Luxembourg, it's very strict how you are allowed to to have animals, farm animals, how or what you're allowed to feed them. And usually in Luxembourg, the meat is just much better. Or in France sometimes, but I just don't buy it in Germany anymore. Except it's high quality food, but or meat, but that one is usually pretty expensive. At least you don't sound like the nanny. Why? I mean, yeah, I don't think I sound like the nanny, but why would that be a problem if I sounded like the nanny? Falling asleep is hard for me for some reason. Oh, so you have trouble falling asleep? That is a very common symptom with people who are neurodivergent or have ADHD, unfortunately. But what helps for me is not looking at a screen 1 hour before I go to bed. But usually after the stream I'm so tired sometimes that I just fall asleep regardless. Okay, let's see. No, I don't want that. I want a shiny Nincada. What would be part of your body that you place it with a robotic version? For me, my arms. I'd like to have an arm that can punch boulders. Well, that's a good question. I guess having robotic eyes would not be too bad. Like, imagine being able to see in even a better, higher definition than the human eye is already capable of. Seeing colors that I wasn't able to see before because I'm a tetrachromat. Not a tetrachromat, sorry. I'm a trichromat, so I don't have 4 cones. I don't see UV or infrared. That would be interesting. Like, imagine you could swap what kind of spectrum you want to see. It would be interesting for astronomy as well. You just look into the sky and then you change your input to radio waves, then you see the radio waves from space, which I think would be interfered by radio stations worldwide, to be fair, or X-rays. Then you would definitely see some other things in the sky as well. But I think eyes, or I mean, would a robotic brain, if I could take my consciousness and transfer it to a superior cyborg brain without problems? That also sounds very interesting. But it's a good question, Ahmed. I don't know, maybe eyes or brain or... It really depends on what you get out of it, right? What's the best milk brand in Germany? As I'm not going to find Luxley in Germany. Yeah, that's a shame. I like Landliebe Milch. I'll type it in the chat. That milk is usually pretty good, but don't expect Luxley quality in Germany. Sorry, but that milk is just so good. In Luxembourgish milk is just really, really good. And don't expect that quality in Germany. Unless you go in Bavaria, they have good milk there. Hey there, Alex. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Shout out to my Patreon, Alex. Didn't expect you to be online. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, for some reason, a lot of people didn't seem to get the notification that I was streaming. But yeah, I am. I will also be streaming tomorrow. I'm not sure about Friday though, so that still depends on some things. I've now been enlightened from the book or my grocery tips in Germany. No, because the joke of the nanny is her voice. And when you said someone with a relaxing voice, I thought at least you don't sound like the nanny. Ah, okay, okay. Hello guys and welcome to my ASMR shiny RNG manipulation. Nah, just kidding. Don't do that, but crazy how many views they get, and some things, I mean, it doesn't work for me, the ASMR thing. There's people telling me they get like a tingling sensation. It doesn't work for me, I've tried. But some of them are just so ridiculously funny if you watch them and not just listen to them. You see the most ridiculous things, like some guy having, I don't know, like these Halloween costume claws, plastic claws, and then he just puts tinfoil on a potato and then he rubs these toy claws against the potato. It's just insane. I had to laugh so hard when I saw that. I couldn't take that seriously. I know it's about creating a sound that gives you tingles or tingling sensation. Have you seen my DSI? No. I don't think so. Never use notifications, they're all turned off. Only things I remember are the valuable things. Yeah, and also notifications sometimes can be very annoying. True. Didn't get the notification either, just remember it was Wednesday. Yeah, usually on Wednesday I stream. I do the Wednesday thing. I need dead silence and pitch black in order to sleep. I also have problem with a light being present while I'm trying to sleep. I've even had to use sleep mask at some point, just to not see the light while I try to sleep. But that silence, no, that can definitely be a sound. It really depends on what though. No, I don't want that one, it's shiny. Remember Nicole show us her favorite SMR was people getting crashed in GTA San Andreas? Yeah, that was pretty funny. I think that was a troll or like a SHIT post from her. Listen to a guy who goes by Ephemeral Rift. Don't even listen for the ASMR. Does he do something else? Is it just something else that he does that you like? And I'm not judging people who like ASMR. If that works for you, well, sure, go ahead, but I just can't help with some of the videos when you watch them. I just have to laugh because it's just, it looks so funny what they're doing. Especially that potato thing, I'll never forget about that. The potato with the tin foil and then these fake monster dinosaur claws. Ah, it's in the Discord, so I'll definitely check it out. Ah? Ah, no, that's a Ninkada, but not a shiny one. If you come to Hamburg, you and Cameron could sleep in my hotel room. I mean, you're a friend of mine, okay, but that would be a bit... nah, I'd rather have my own room. But yeah, I unfortunately will not be able to join you in Hamburg. When you don't have an income, you don't have money for that. I would love to have joined you in Hamburg, but maybe another time. I want to go back to Hamburg either way. Because there's, as I mentioned before, there's a friend that I have who lives in Hamburg. I haven't seen him in a while. And with in a while, I mean a couple of years at least. And the last time I was in Hamburg was when I was a child, and that's, you know what I said, when you go somewhere as a kid, and then you go, that opinion that you form, it's not the same when you go somewhere as a child as opposed to if you go there as a adult, because as an adult you're more free to do whatever you want, and as a child, well, you're basically you only do what your guardian or your parent allows you to do, and you have to stay close to them. It's not the same thing, so I definitely want to see Hamburg again as a adult. Using black curtains, no light in the room at all with my sleep is the best solution. I can recommend it. Oh, I also have not black curtains, but like curtains that basically block a lot. But was your Hamburg friend at the wedding? No, unfortunately couldn't make it. No, I don't want a Whismer, I want a shiny. Well, Ahmed, we kind of joked before that he's a vampire. I don't know if you can see these chat messages that you should be able to see them. But yeah, we kind of joked that he's a vampire of some sorts. That's why. Because he said he kind of likes the taste of blood. And because he He is somewhat nocturnal, I just joked. Hey, Ahmed, are you sure you're not a vampire? I still have the tab open from Mike the Headless Chicken. I just saw that. what we discussed before, because as you know, there's no stream without a macabre topic coming up at least once. Here's some Ephemeral Rifts titles. Alright, give it to me. What kind of SCP are you? Okay, communist ASMR. Capitalist $8 MR. Communist ASMR, is it just someone reading Karl Marx's books and then just tapping the nails to the books? And I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of messages, definitely. But yeah, now you've piqued my interest. What kind of SCP are you? And it's an ASMR video? Okay. I don't know what kind of SCP I would be. Oh jeez, clumsy me. Hey there, Arch, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Rawr. The dragon is gone wild again. Still no shiny Ninkata. I might also change routes again just to have some kind of variety. Okay, so what do we have here? Route 117. I got a Volbeat. Let's go somewhere else. I've been to Manectric. I did get, even on this save file, I still remember that. Linoon. Tropius. Aw, no shiny Tropius. That's a shame. Oddish, no thanks. Please, no. Have enough. Enough Oddish already. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, Absol, that would be... Oh, no shiny Absol. That's definitely a shame. Well, let's say Ninkata, but not a shiny. Anyway, how's everyone doing? I had a rough night, so we're going 2,000 bucks on a shiny. 2,000 or 200? Sadly, the emotion or emoticon thing is blocking the last character, but it's 200. 200 bucks? Wow, that's... Are you sure? You wanna go for 200 bucks? Okay, I don't remember if I gotten a Linoon on here already. I'll have to check the PC box. But if not, then I'm gonna go for the Linoon next if the Ninkata doesn't show up for now. Alright, 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 grand. I am poor. Welcome to the club, it's not nice. Well, not poor, that's not true, but broke definitely. There's a difference between being broke and being poor. Thank you for the hearts. Right, let's had a bit enough of the Ninkata. Let's head off to road 120. I'll just check if I already have a star shiny Linoon. Because at this point I have so many shinies I forget which ones I have. I already have one, alright. What else? Oh yeah, there's no Zigzagoon, no Oddish please, no Oddish. What else? 123, more Oddish, more Gloom. No, I already had enough. No, why not? That unfortunately can't go to road 130. And the other ones are a bit too... Not, I don't have enough progress for these, so let's go for surfing. No, Tentacruel is a bit far off. Evergrande, no. Lily Cove, no, that's all. Everything that I already have. Zubat as well. As seen here, and Luna Tone I also already have. Pacific Locktown, no. Petalburg City, that's a Meryl. I don't have a star Meryl, that's fair. So we can definitely try for that one. So it's gonna be a Meryl again, but this time it's gonna be a star Meryl. Blood tastes kinda good if we're talking about vampires. That's interesting because I really disliked it when I had a gum bleed or anything of that sort in my mouth and I could taste my own blood. That was bleh. But I guess not everyone is like that. So you like the taste of iron? You should definitely try that black pudding thing. Okay, let's... Okay, here should be good. Then the NPC doesn't turn around too much. And then let's use the earliest frame and try for a shiny Meryl. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And maybe after I get the Meryl, I think I'll try Petalburg Woods again for the Shroomish. Fun fact, the book I'm reading was gifted to us by the Prime Minister at a party convention. Oh, the Prime Minister of the Faeries Islands himself was a lottery thing and he already owned the book. Oh. That's kind of cool. So he just gave you his spare book then. What a small world we live in. Well, to be fair, Faeries Islands is also very small territory. Alright, let's see if I've gotten the Meryl now or not. No. Let's see. So tomorrow I will be streaming. I'll try the Voltorb hunt. Hopefully that one goes well. If that one goes well and I manage to get it early, then I'll do the Why Not one after that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to stream on Friday. That depends on some things, but I don't think I will. He gave it to my mom since she's in the party committee. Ah, okay, so your mom is in the party committee. Is that why you also wanted to get involved with politics? Since your mom was already involved? Arch, is that you with the hearts? Okay, let's see. Is this the... No. Teal mouse, not blue mouse. But that's really cool that you got the book like that. And you said you're enlightened, so... What new fact did you learn that you didn't know before? If you don't mind sharing that. You can't hear heart dingus? Dingus? Oh, I can even do it on my own. Weird that I'm able to click on that, even though it's my own stream. Imagine just doing a stream, no one watches and you're cheering for yourself. Technically that is possible. No idea why you would want to do that though. Okay, let's see. What do we have now? Not a shiny, that's for sure. Let me try again. Need to get the flow going again. I definitely was better in the past. And we still haven't done the movie night. I mean, I think I'm gonna do a maybe a poll on Discord to see what day would be the best for that. The economic development of the Faroese Islands from around 1780 to 1950, and also poverty. You mean as in how poverty comes to be, or specifically poverty in the Faroese Islands, or something of like that? And population growth. How many Faroese Island people are there? Movie night, did I miss something? In one of the multiple streams we talked about having a movie night on Discord. Yeah, we still haven't gotten one type of movie. I mean, I did want my viewers to come with some suggestions. But I can't have a movie play that's like 18 plus, because that is actually illegal to do in Luxembourg, and you could face serious consequences if only one single minor would be in that call. So I'm not doing that, but anything that is below that age rating would go. That would be okay. Oh, okay, so the poverty specifically in the Faroese Island. I do wonder, are there more Faroese people than Luxembourgers? And with Luxembourgers, I don't mean burgers as the food. Population of Faroese Islands. Now I really want to know. Oh, you only have 53,000 people? Yeah, that's nothing. That's, yeah, much less than there are Luxembourgers, so you're even rarer than I am, human name. Well, Diary of the Wimpy Kid would work. It's Comday family, so it's okay. Yeah, I always wanted to watch that Wimpy Kid thing and to see what that is all about, because I keep hearing it everywhere, and people mention it being creepy, or there's so many iceberg videos about it. I don't even know what is there so much to say about the Diary of a Wimpy Kid? 55,000 on the islands, 80,000 combined worldwide. In 70-80 it was around 4,500 people. Has been around 3,000, from 1,000 to 1,700. Oh, so your wow, your population charts go back to the year 1000? Rarest burger versus most common pharaoh. Yeah, I guess. That's interesting though. Now that's not a lot, 80,000, that's... Like, there's about 500,000 Luxembourgers, although a lot of them, a big chunk, aren't really Luxembourgish nationals, but people living in the country. But we are a melting pot of a lot of different cultures and nationalities as well. There's no such thing as a pure Luxembourger today, at least I don't think there is. The book is dark, the movie is great comedy. Ah, okay, so it's the book that's dark and the movie isn't. Okay. I do wonder why that is. I have Asperger's. Yeah, I got those burgers as well at birth. No one asked me, but I got them. I like the medium rare. It's funny because it sounds like asperge in French. That's a food that we talked about earlier. Asparagus. So asperge in French. Almost like the kind of autism. Although they don't use the word Asperger's syndrome anymore. Nowadays they use the term autism spectrum disorder because, well, it turns out there's a lot of ways to be autistic, of course. Given that the human brain is a very complex structure. Of course there's gonna be tons of possible configurations of being autistic. And also ADHD and other things are also on a spectrum. And I like how finally in psychology they're talking about that. Because the other rigid categorization was, well... I do wonder how many people who should have gotten a diagnosis didn't get one because they didn't perfectly fit into one of the 3 or 4 categories, which is nonsense. Home Alone? Oh yeah, Home Alone, I love that movie. I've watched it a lot. That's a good Christmas movie as well. I watched it so many times as a kid, I always found the traps funny. Never made me fail. I always laughed. Yeah, asparagus is called asparagus. A Luxembourger would say Spargel. It's basically written the same like the German word Spargel, but we pronounce it differently. I had Home Alone on VHS. Aww. That's sweet. I don't remember if I have it as a DVD. I'd have to check. We have a lot of DVDs. I'm still I don't get I don't like streaming, as in not doing streaming myself. Yeah, that is fun. But streaming as in like Netflix or Crunchyroll, I prefer having the movie myself or the series so I can watch it whenever I want. Because with streaming websites, usually depending on in what country you are, it's not available, or then they're on Netflix, but after like a month they're not on Netflix anymore, and then you need that kind of subscription to watch that, and I just, how many subscriptions do I really need? It's just tedious. Donald Trump is in Home Alone 2. Yeah, I remember. I had absolutely no idea who he was back then. And now, isn't there a version of the film where they cut that scene out? At least I've read something about that there's a re-release of Home Alone 2, but they just cut out the Donald Trump scene, which is kind of funny. Got a good idea, how about we watch a classic Count Dracula movie, since now I'm associated with vampires? Yeah, that would be a cool idea for Halloween as well, like in October, definitely. And I haven't watched the old classic Dracula movies yet. Like Bram Stoker's Dracula. I only know them by cultural osmosis, but I never watched the films myself. And I definitely want to change that. Come on, Shiny Meryl. I know you're there. Let's see if I can still get the Shiny Meryl this stream. I'm gonna stream for at least 12 minutes. Then I think I'm gonna head off to bed. My husband is a night owl. Sometimes he gets the work done during the night and then he just goes to bed at 4 AM. But I usually don't. I'm long gone into the land of dreams by then. Christopher Lee is very much the best Count Dracula I've seen. Okay, which one would that be? Christopher Lee, you said. Boo, normal, boring. Oh, okay. It's from the 1958 movie. The Horror of Dracula. Yeah, I also wanted to see that one, so definitely I'll... Thank you for the suggestion, Amit. I'll put that on the list. I've also never watched Citizen Kane, even though... Especially if you go to film school, they just... You hear that so much that Citizen Kane is one of the best movies ever made. Which I can't attest to that, I've never seen it. All I know is that it is a black and white movie, and that's it. I don't know what happens in the movie, I don't know what the movie is about. All I hear is it's the best movie ever made, it's the best movie ever made. And critics just being absolutely in love with the movie. So maybe that one as well. I don't care from what era the movie comes from. I'm not like a stupid teen who says no, I don't want to watch that, it's too old. Like no, if it's good, it's good. Doesn't matter if it's old or new. I also didn't watch the movie with well, what's his name again? Nosferatu. That's also a very old black and white movie. My mom told me she watched it when she was young, and she was really afraid of the way the Nosferatu actor moved. And I did see, I mean, you could see him in SpongeBob in one episode, and that alone, like, only the image was scary enough for my brother. That was pretty funny. The Shining is a beautiful movie. It's a horror movie, which I've also never seen, which sucks. You know, these things all came out when I was too young to watch them. And then, as I've gotten older, I kind of forgot about watching them. But I think I have The Shining now as a DVD. Apparently it's one of Stephen King's best movies. His books usually, I do say they're good. But some of the movie adaptations are kind of out there. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Oh, Freddy the movie from the 80s, that's amazing. Freddy the movie. Freddy the movie. What's that about? Freddy the movie, I've never heard of that. Freddy the... Like, no, Five Nights at Freddy's can't be that, because that's definitely not from the 80s. But when I Google Freddy the movie, I see... Oops, no, that was not good. Oh well. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When I Google Freddy the movie, I get Freddy Fazbear. Like, is there a movie about Freddy Fazbear now? Ah, okay. Can we put Shining and Nosferatu on movie night list? It's already done. These are definitely on the list. Shining, yeah, if... Oh wait, doesn't have... at least it does have a naked woman scene, but I think that should be okay. I don't see that as pornographic. That's more like messing with your head. Guy who hunts people in their dreams with long fingernails. Oh, okay, a nightmare thing. Help me out, I don't know, remember. No, it's not Nightmare on Elm Street, is it? Oh, it is, it is. Are you immune to Freddy if you are a lucid dreamer? Because that way he wouldn't be able to hurt me. I mean, not that he's real, but... I've also never watched that movie, so... Yeah, that would be cool, like in October, just having more movie nights more frequently and watching these. That would be fun. What do you think? Well, also non-horror movies and other, like Kevin... Oh, Home Alone with Kevin, that is a very pleasant movie. Also Home Alone 2, I like that one as well. That pigeon lady, I always feel for her. Don't care about Trump, though I've never had. So let's see, do I get the Meryl now, please? Come on, I can do this. The guy who hunts Freddy, yeah. People in their dreams with long fingernails, yeah, Freddy Krueger. Don't want to have nightmares about monsters. My nightmares are more like me falling, that I let down others, or failing. Oh yeah, my nightmares are also like that. There's no monsters in it, and even if there are, they just no-clip through me, or like when they attack me, it doesn't do anything, and then they just give up. So, or very often, if I see a monster, some kind of creature like that in a dream, I kind of see, okay, that has to be a dream, because in real life, something like that's not gonna come and chase me. My nightmares are more like, oh no, being back in high school again, or failing things, being a failure at life, losing people that are dear to me. Really creepy. I bet you had that as well, but that you had a either a pet or a person in your dream that isn't alive anymore, and in your dream the person or the pet is there, and you kind of have a weird feeling in the dream, like, wait, why am I seeing this again? Or you kind of have a feeling of, oh yeah, I was wrong, that he or she's here, he's here. And then after you wake up, you have a kind of sinking feeling about, no. That's the only time you're gonna see that person or that pet again is in the dreams, unfortunately. I do have that sometimes, where I see my grandma or pets of mine that I used to have. Used to have goldfish, I posted them in the Discord. I want to have them again, but the apartment that I live in right now, unfortunately I don't have the space for goldfish. Goldfish require a lot of water, like 150 liters at least for the first one, and then 100 liters for each additional goldfish. And that is if they're fancy ones. If they're not fancy ones, like the common ones, then you need a aquarium or a fish tank's not gonna do it. You need a pond, and I don't have a garden like that. At least I do have a garden here, but it's a shared garden. And yeah, I don't know. I would prefer having a private garden where the fish are under my care and not anyone else can harm them. Okay, 5 seconds, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still have dreams about my godmother who died in 2009, because it will always feel like she was still there yesterday. Yeah, so you have that feeling as well. Yeah, I definitely have that, and I dread knowing that that will happen one day with my parents. That's a special kind of feeling that you get when you see your parents age. I mean, it's inevitable, and I prefer seeing my parents age as opposed to them perishing early in an accident, but still kind of weird seeing your parents. It's somewhat of an eerie feeling, and that's why also right now I try to spend a lot of time with my parents. Before they're gone, I still go to vacations with them whenever I can. Because one day I'm not gonna be able to do that anymore. Sad as it sounds. Okay, one more try for the Meryl before I hit the hay. Dream of everyone moving forward. Well, I couldn't become better, and everyone I knew looked at me in shame that I'm nothing but a big failure, and nightmares that still hurt. Yeah, these kind of concept nightmares, these are definitely, they sting. And you're really happy and glad once they're over and you wake up and you know, oh, it's just a stupid dream. But sometimes you end up feeling dreadful afterwards for hours even. I hate when a dream does that. When I was a kid, I had a dream that all my toys came to life and tried to kill me. Oh, like the dark version of Toy Story. That does sound like some kind of horror movie premise, though. Help, Mom, my dolls and my toys and my whatever are trying to off me. Okay. Last reset and I get a... Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh well, I mean, I did get more than one this time. Let's do a quick check on what I got. And as I said before, I will be streaming tomorrow. Still don't know about Friday. I'll let you know in advance. So what I got is the Sandshrew, the Seviper, and... well, that seems to be it. At least more than last time. And as always, thank you so much for being part of the stream. See you tomorrow, and goodbye and good night.